I may have gotten caught in that last video as it was ending. So just to highlight again, or to end well on using forms on the site, everything that you collect or every question that's asked on the site, whether you ask one question or multiple questions, all of that is being stored in a database. That database is persisted. You don't have to worry about sending yourself an email, though this product does let you create settings for every single form and allows you to email yourself and even email a reply back to someone else, the person who filled out the form, if you like. So email capabilities are there, but all of the forms are saved in a database. And then you have the ability, by date range, to determine how much data you want to collect for which form and export it to a CSV file that you can open up in Excel. The ability to do that makes this a really powerful way to get data out without having to be one of those code guys who knows how to pull data out of a database. So just want to make sure that we got that clear. I promised you in the last video that I'd talk to you a little about the GUI and how this works, and particularly the menu, and we'll talk about this sidebar as well. So let me go over to the appearance section. Now, the appearance section does allow us to configure the theme of the site, and I told you about Canvas, and Canvas is a premium theme that you use from Woo Themes. This is a theme that you pay for, although you didn't have to pay for it, I bought it for you. But in this case, it gives you a ton of options to use. More importantly, we're going to talk about menus and widgets. The menu is what we see when we're looking across the top of the site, but it's also the menu that gives us these three little links here under the Your Account. What we have is the ability to see and create as many menus as we like. This is the main menu, and this is that little user menu that you see on the right side of the page. Now, each of these, you'll notice on the user side, is a custom one, right? So I created this on my own. I went and grabbed the URLs that I wanted, I named it what I wanted, and I created a little menu. And then I'll show you how I place that when we get to the widgets section. But the other one is the main navigation, and I created that one as well, mostly by using pages. So you'll see that there's a lot of pages that are created here in WordPress, and I put those pages onto a menu in the order I want. Again, I can change whether I want to drop it into something and nest my menu, or I just want to move it around till I get the perfect menu that I like. And I bind that menu, this menu, over here to the primary menu to say, hey, this is the main guy, which is what helps it show up right here in this section. The styling of this is held in the other thing I was showing you earlier when I go to Canvas and I go to those options, right? When I go to those options, you'll recall that one of those sets of options is related to navigation styling. So that happens over here, but the content of what goes into a menu is what I control in the menu section, and I bind that particular menu to the location that the theme supports. Now, the other menu that we talked about, this user menu, is a menu that I've created, and I wanted to put it in the sidebar. That's what we call this little side area of the site. And to do that, I'm going to use my widgets. Now, over here you'll notice that I have a primary widget. This is the primary sidebar that's on the right side of the page that is used on every page that I get to. Now, one of the things that that's going to strike you as is saying, wait, hold on a second. What do you mean every page? Didn't you go to the 252 suggestions and it didn't have it? Well, you're absolutely right. On some pages, I decided to make the content of the page the full width. But in other pages, like this advisor page or like our survey of the month page, I left the sidebar in place. And that sidebar I control by widgets. And you'll notice there's a lot of different widgets that are available to me. At some point we can walk through all of those and what they do. But I grabbed two of them, the search widget, and you'll notice here my custom menu where I got to pick which particular menu I wanted, and that's what I put into this place. And putting something into this is as easy as taking an item, dragging and dropping it, and picking which thing you want. Now in this case I'm not going to add another custom menu because I already have it. But that's how you work with widgets, and you can put all sorts of things like links and other pages and comments and much more in the sidebar just using the widget section.